Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Hopefully I understand the questions right, and this hopefully will help them, but might help you in the future too. So she does these buttons where they wrap the pictures around. So she needs a cut line of 3.947, 2.947. So I drew a rectangle, that is that, 3.94 by 2.94 with 7.7 rounded corners. Now, the only question I don't know about this is I just use the same shape, but I don't know what the rounded corner is on this drawing. So you might want to test this. So what she does, she takes pictures and puts them on these frames. So I just brought in a really large picture. Well, I'm going to take and crop it first. It has to be selected, because if you don't have it selected, you will have everything else on the page fall out. But now we need to rotate it 90 degrees. And I don't, it's got to fit inside of a 3.38 by 2.38. So I'm going to safely go 3.4 by 2.4. And it's going to give you a little bit of an edge around that. Now, in the drawing, the dotted line is inside the figure where you're going to put it. But that could be a printable line and you wouldn't be able to do anything with it. So now you're going to make several of these boxes and just have them around your screen. Well, really, you don't need to, because the way I'm going to do it. So now I am going to select both these and go EC. And that put my box, but I need a bit of see my box. So the page is probably selected. So I'm going to go to order back a page. Nope, I must have the line selected. Order front a page. Well, let's do this. Let's move this out of the way. And let's put this object order front a page. Now we can select them all, and I'm going to go EC. So there's that graphic area. Now select them both and hit intersect. And what that did, that made you a shape of the picture. So that's why you don't have to make copies of this. Now, when you're putting it inside of this box, it needs to be the last item selected is where you want it, or less selected or picked. So we want this picture. Well, I'm going to do both these that I did earlier. We want these two pictures inside of this. Now, normally you would think you might need this second circle, but you don't. So I've got the picture selected. I'm going to shift select the red cut line, and I'm going to go EC. That put the picture exactly in the center of that, so you don't need that line. So pick your picture, shift select, and go EC. You can go either CE or EC. It doesn't matter. Just one centering it one way. So let's do one more. And that's what's cool about this. If you needed, let's say somebody ordered 6 of this or 3 of the same one, you could just take this and make a duplicate, shift select this and EC. And you could probably go Ctrl D. Well, that we probably don't want to do that. Let's just hit the plus key and then shift select this other one and go, I'm going to go EC this time. So it doesn't matter. Maybe let me explain that EC. So let's put this all together and I'm going to go EC. And you can tell now we've actually got it on the top of the line. That's what you want. You've got to be able to see that line for this to work. So we're going to do that right there. And there's your line. There's your picture. Now I'm going to do 2 of them different ways, and you'll just see. I'm going to shift select this. I'm going to go EC. This one, shift select. I'm going to go CE. It does the same thing. It's just centering it horizontally and vertically. The only thing, the one I'm doing it for, you need to test this because this is a smaller it's a smaller, you know, they're only showing the radius on the 0.7. And I can't really tell. Mine looks very similar. If we go EC, mine looks very similar, but I cannot, well, you know what? Let's try this. Let's just see how close it is. I'm going to get my parallel dimension tool, and I'm going to go from right there. It'll be close enough. So I'm at, because this picture is so big, 7.31. So what I'm going to do now is lock this together, Ctrl G, lock my ratio, and go 7.31. And now I'm going to put it on top of that. And I think the dotted line and my line are identical. This picture has probably been skewed, or because you could get this off by going like this and changing the graphic. So there's no telling. So I would do some testing to make sure you're right. I will send you this file with these circles. I'll just send you this, and I'll make a duplicate of that, and so you can kind of I'll get rid of that. So here's your two to look at them and test them and see. We can still go back and go EC and put that in there. So I'll delete all this stuff and send you this file too, and just test it and find out, because I think the way she's doing it, and she's cutting it with like a die cutter, it has to be perfect. Anyway, I hope that answered the question. Thank you for watching.